Hey, this is Al McGee with your entertainment ticket at www.yeticket.com, where the film we're going to talk about right now called The Snowman. Yeah, that's right. Well, The Snowman, the script was adapted from the best-selling mystery novel by Joe Nesbo. I hope I said that name right. And, you know, it's a detective story. In fact, Michael Fassbender is playing that detective. And guess what his name is? Harry Hole. Oh, what a name for a detective. I like that name. That's pretty good. But I will admit, I'm not that familiar with this author's book, Nesbo, at all. And I'm not familiar with Harry Hole. Now, this is a story about women getting killed and disappearing. Well, that's new, right? Tell me about it. Now, this film had a lot of flashbacks, and really just too many. And that kept the audience really confused about what's going on or who's doing what. Now, Hole, he's a detective. He's supposed to be a brilliant detective, but he's all drunk. At the beginning of the film, when you see him, he's laying on a bus seat outside, sleep. Now, this is in, the coldest country in the world. And, snow, everything like that. I will admit, how did he survive that night? And he barely had on any good, thick clothing. But Harry Hole did it. And again, the problem about Harry Hole, we did not get to see his genius either. And we did not get to see why he was so good. Now, there's characters in this story. They come and go, but we don't know who was what and who did what in this story. That's the problem I had. For example, there's a character played by J.K. Simmons, and his name is Arf Stuff. But, it was just virtually pointless in this role. Couldn't understand why was he there and what was he doing? What was the point of him in the story? They just showed him doing this little bit of dialogue. Now, this is an international cast. And, this is in Sweden and things like that in Oslo. But you get all these different accents. You get Irish, British, American, Swedish, French, with all these different accents. And it's supposed to be in this one city. Michael Fassbender, he's from England. You tell me about it. Also, there's an actor in there I haven't seen in a long time named Val Kilmer. Well, why was he there? He really didn't do anything. And he really didn't bring a lot to the plot. Man, he really, I don't know. I couldn't even recognize him at first. Now, there's potential for this film, but not that much. Well, one good thing about this film is that the cinematographer, Dion Bibi, he did Memoirs of a Geisha in Chicago, and he's an Oscar-winning cinematographer. He made this film look stunning, and, it had the snow-covered mountains and the sleet-filled streets. And, he had that city perfectly looking great. But here's my other thing about this, too. Now, the killer, he builds snowmen outside the homes of women that he kills. Okay, first of all, is a snowman really scary? And the other things, too, if you're in a neighbor or something like that, and you see some man building a snowman in the middle of the day or late at night, wouldn't you say something? Wouldn't you recognize him? Wouldn't you see this? And the snowmen are about 3 feet tall, so it took some time to build these snowmen. But that's the point about this film. It wasn't that good. It was hard to follow. Why did the killer do what he did? Too many questions that were not answered in this film, The Snowman. So I'm only going to give this a half a palm tree. I like Michael Fassbender. I like Rebecca Ferguson. I like Chloe Sevigny. I like Charlotte Gainsborough. But thing about it is, I didn't like this film. I really didn't. Hey, I'm Al McGee with your entertainment ticket at www.yeticket.com. Well, you saw my review. I hope you like me. And I'm glad you watched it, and I really appreciate it.
This is your entertainment ticket. Latest and greatest.